Hi everyone, welcome back to the second video of 37th module on types of counseling, individual and group counseling. The learning objectives of this video are understanding the technique required in individual counseling, comprehend the concept, needs and goals of group counseling. Individual counseling techniques. Counselor can use various skills and techniques with their clients during individual counseling. Some of the techniques that are felt to be most effective during individual counseling sessions are the first one, core conditions. Unconditional positive regard, empathy, congruence, and the warmth are the techniques identified by Carl Rogers as the core conditions or essential traits that the counselor needs to integrate for effective counseling. Second, congruence. The counselor has to be genuine throughout the counseling session. He has to be honest with his feedback and responses during the session, understanding the client's situation and belief about the client's progress. The more authentic the counselor is with his client during the counseling, the more effective the client's counseling process and the growth from their help. Listening skills is one of the most critical assets of counselor to provide effective counseling. Attentive listening techniques allow counselor to understand and interpret the information they receive from the client correctly. The counselor should listen to the verbal as well as non-verbal cues of the client attentively. Next, questioning. The counselor should use open-ended questioning techniques during the counseling. Questions with 5 WHs, that is, what, who, when, why, and how, are encouraged to use during the counseling sessions to gain specific details from the client, as it facilitates the client better organization of the information about the problem situation. Paraphrasing. Paraphrasing is a perfect technique to indicate counselor's attentiveness and then to show to the client that counselor is listening to their information. It is also an excellent way to reiterate the client and clarify the information from the original source, that is the client. Responding to clarify. A counselor should respond and reflect the information to their client to clarify that they understood the situation and information correctly. Clarification helps the counselor avoid any misconception or assumptions that could hinder their feedback. Reflection of feeling. This is a technique where counselors use to project their understanding of their client's feelings. The counselor first identifies the client's general feelings and analyzes the level of intensity of the determined feeling. Accordingly, using the proper name of the identified feeling, the counselor reflects the client for clarification. Encouragement. Encouraging client is an essential technique of counselor that will help facilitate confidence and respect between the counselor and the client. In this technique, the counselor focuses on the client's strengths and then assets to encourage them to see themselves with positive aspects that enable their growth and progression. Engagement. Engaging client in a good yet professional and therapeutic relationship is critical in counseling. However, influential engagement during difficult moments in the counseling session is an essential technique a counselor should use when necessary. Focusing. Focusing is a technique where counselors display empathetic understanding towards the client's experiences with non-judgmental attitude. This technique helps the counselor determine what the client needs to obtain next from their services. Immediacy. Most often, this technique refers to here and now technique. The counselor facilitates the client to deal with the here and now situation, that is the present moment, and learn from the real life experiences. Self-disclosure. Self-disclosure is a technique where counselor discloses some personal information to the client at certain point of counseling. The counselor should be cautious of how and when to use this technique. The disclosed information should be of some relevance to the client's problem situation. Capping. Capping is a technique used by counselors during the session when they feel their client's emotions need to be regulated or calmed by changing the direction of the conversation from emotional to intellectual. Positive asset search. It is a technique used by the counselors to help clients find their positive strengths and attributes to get them into the strong mindset about themselves. Working alliance. The counselor and the client entering into a working alliance is necessary for the counseling to be effective. Working alliance create a stimulating environment that works towards achieving the client's goals. For this technique to work, the counselor and the client must collaborate actively during the counseling sessions. Both the parties work together to determine the counseling goals and interventions and plan of action. School counselors have limited time and resources to address the needs of all students individually. Hence, individual counseling is not always practical in a school counseling setup. However, the counselor must consider carefully when an issue warrants an intervention with individual counseling. Next, we will look into the group counseling. Group counseling is an important specialty within the school counseling profession. In group counseling, the counselor serves the students in a group where it provides a realistic social setting in which the student interacts with peers who they may be sharing the same or similar concerns and have some understanding of the problem. On a regular basis, a few students meet together with their school counselor to support each other and to deal with the specific issues, problems, topics, or developmental concerns. The counselor facilitates and guides the group members to achieve their goals through guided discussions and activities. The counselor in the group counseling setting are known as group leaders, and their skills, experiences, and confidence are the fundamentals to successful group counseling. Careful planning with the inputs from all the stakeholders, such as other staff, faculty members, parents, etc., is very essential for a group counseling to be effective. The need for group counseling. Group counseling has its own values. The unattainable goals with individual counseling may realize through group counseling. So group counseling is needed to first promote self-directed learning opportunity for the clients in various aspects of their life such as educational, vocational, personal, and social. Provide a secured, less threatening counseling setup for the types of client who feel anxious in one-to-one relationship. Help individuals realize the sense of worth and acceptance of self and others, and as well as value human relationships. Facilitate group problem solving as it is concerned with helping in solve individual personal and emotional issues. Goals and types of groups. Group counseling involves group goals as well as individual goals. Developing mutual trust and acceptance and promoting self-disclosure, feedback, and risk-taking are group goals. Group counseling approaches also encourage the students in the group to define individualized goals. Students are then assisted in the learning techniques that they can utilize outside the group setting to solve their problem and realize the individualized goal. According to the type of group, counseling goals may also vary. There are few identified common types of groups and their goals. The first one is life skill training groups, also known as education groups, are time-limited structure groups in which one or more leaders use a repertoire of didactic and facilitative skills to help participants develop and maintain one or more specific life skills. These groups focuses on promoting skills relating to all aspects of life. Second one, mutual sharing groups, also known as self-help or support groups, comprise individuals with similar problems providing support for one another. The main goal is to provide the support to the members. Example of these groups are children of divorced parents, children of alcoholic parents, etc. Growth groups are a type of groups structured to help their members improve self-awareness. Their main goal is to help members improve their life by clarifying their values, personal concerns, and interpersonal relationships. Fourth one, counseling and psychotherapy groups. These groups are designed to promote personal growth by providing a therapeutic climate, enabling members to share their own concerns, listen to others' concerns, and resolve them. Discussion group provides an opportunity to discuss a topic of interest rather than the group members' personal concerns. Their fundamental goal is to have members share ideas and knowledge. Task group. Task groups are designed when individuals have a common goal of accomplishing a specific task. For example, students waiting to change a policy at their school. In this video, we have discussed about the techniques of individual counseling, the concept, needs, and goals of group counseling. In the next video, we will look into the structure and stages of group counseling as well as the comparison of group and individual counseling. Thank you.